watching HCN News Bulletin with me, Neha. Let's take a look at the headlines.
People of Panjim protested once again against the CZMP presentation held in Panjim, while Mapsa 2 people protested against the plan and demanded to scrap it. Several tourists were affected due to strike by the Goa taxi owners. Their demand is to scrap the Goa Miles app. Many tourists stranded at airport while others walked away. Waste Management Minister Michael Lobo says that due to strike, tourists were affected in Goa. Says will meet Chief Minister Pramod Sawant and come out with some solution for the local taxi operators.
The Goa government will continue its exercise to prepare a draft coastal zone management plan despite what State Environment Minister Nilesh Kabral said was politically motivated protest by a section of people in the state. He said that these meetings will help to correct the plan, but people have failed to attend the meeting.
हे पळय कन्सल्टेशन म्हणटा ते काय ना हे कन्सल्टेशन म्हणटा ते रॉंग ताणें आतां पब्लीक हियरिंग घेवन पब्लीक लोकांचे कितें प्रॉब्लेम्स आसा ते घेवपाचे आनी ताजेर ताणें ते सुदारणा करपाची तशें ताणें करूंक ना 2017 केला तशेंच केला ताका ताणें एफिडेविट मारला 31 ऑगस्टा पर्यंत आपूण हे दितलो म्हणून एनजीटीन ताणें ते कांय करूंक ना आतां ते कोणा कोणाची काडपाची आसा म्हणून ते नाटकां चालू आसा ही
एक्सप्लेनेशन कितें दाखयल्लें पळय तें वर्थ आशिल्लें
वर्थ एक्सप्लेनेशन कांयच दाखोवंक ना ताणें ते बुकार आहा तुका ताणें प्लॅन्स बीन्स खंय चेंजीस दाखयले ताणें कांयच दाखोवंक ना
Why today's consultation was even held and why the remaining consultations are being held, because already the minister has said that the plan has been sent back, so why are they wasting people's time? आमच्या कायद्यान पब्लीक हियरिंगाचो एक लिगली मॅन्डेटेड प्रोसेस आसता आनी आमी पळयला की कोल हब जावं ना रिवर नॅशनल जावं ह्या हाजेर सगळे पब्लीक हियरिंग जावन लोकांनी कंप्लेंट्स ऑब्जेक्शन्स दिवन हे कंप्लेंट्स ऑब्जेक्शन इग्नोर केल्ले जाले सो इवन द लिगली मॅन्डेटेड पब्लीक हियरिंग जे आसता दोज आर नॉट रिस्पेक्टेड बाय द पीपल इन द पावर सो वॉट बेसिकली द प्रॉब्लम इज हॅपनिंग इज दॅट देर आर डबल स्टँडर्ड्स आनी थंय ऑलरेडी मरिना आसपाचे आसा थोडे प्रायवेट कॅसिनोज येवपाचे आसा हे सगळे ठरोवन पयलींच हे फ्रॉड्युलंट प्लॅन केल्ले आसा आनी जितली कमी इन्फॉर्मेशन दाखयता तितले चड झोल करपाचो जितले चड तांकां स्कॅम करपाचो हे करता म्हणून आज असले प्लॅन आमच्या घालपाचो प्रयत्न करता.
I try to go everywhere personally. See, government department servants, government servants who are official members of the environment department or CRZ, they cannot take political questions. It is political decisions which are to be taken by the politicians, lawmakers, going to the center. How can they decide for the politicians? They would have got elected. So I was going every place. Yesterday also Ponda, I tried to tell them that I am here to answer your questions. Whatever you are asking, I will keep in my mind and give solutions. So this is the reason I was going everywhere. So I decided in earnest that today I will be out of this. Let us at least people see what the presentation is about. And then questions asked, I would have answered. But fortunately I remained away. I told Francis Bob that I am here only close by. And I decided केलं की बाहेर रावचो आणि लोकांमध्ये येवचो ना कित्याक पॉलिटिकल मुवमेंट जो चालू आसा विथ पीपल सी कितें जालां आतां हांव भायर येताना लोक नाशिल्ले आनी तेच लोक ते थंय सगळ्याक गेला पळय हांव तेच लोक दिश्टी पडटा म्हणजे इट वॉज अ पॉलिटिकल मुवमेंट सो आय सेड हे पाटी लेट मी मेक अ डिफरन्स आय टोल्ड माय डिपार्टमेंट बाबा तुम्ही प्रेझेंटेशन दाखया कोणाक जर म्हाका मायनस निलेश कबराल जर लोक येवन कितें दाखयता ते पळयता कित्याक वयता ते सांगता आमी जो स्क्रॅप केलो प्लॅन दाखयता अरे स्क्रॅप जेन्ना आमदारान सांगलें पळय तेन्ना स्क्रॅप करून पोतून धाडलो स्क्रॅप करपाक डिनोटिफाय करपाक नोटिफाय करूं ना इट इज अ ड्राफ्ट प्लॅन सो तुजे ऑब्जेक्शन ड्राफ्ट म्हणल्यार कितें ऑब्जेक्शन सजेशन शूड बी गिवन एट दिस टायम.
Goa taxi owners in South Goa also joined in the agitation and demanded to scrap the Goa Miles app. Some of the taxi drivers said that scrapping the Goa Miles app is the only solution. They said that the agitation will continue until the demands are fulfilled.
We've spoken to the CM and all these meetings that we had, he had promised us that he would sit with us and find a solution to these problems. But every time he comes, he does not, he doesn't listen to what we have to say. He's got his own ideas and intentions. Till today, we want him to find a solution. First thing is, we are not ready to join any aggregator, as we have been promoting this tourism for the yesteryears. And if the government has a solution, let them come with a solution to us. We will sit at the table. But in the meanwhile, they cannot cause a conflict of business interest. आमगेले पण लुकरा हाय त्या लुकरा तेणी बिझनेस व्हरपा जायना. आम उलोवया. कोण पळय सद्या हें बंद कर. तुका तो दिसता तुज्यान करपा जाता म्हणून हेपू आम बसून उलयतले. पण पळय सद्या हें ऑपरेशन्स ही टोल्ड अस ऑल्सो दॅट ऑपरेशन्स आपण एअरपोर्ट रेल्वे स्टेशन हॉटेल्स असो करपा ना. आपणाक ही गोवा मायल जाती धाडपा ना म्हण ती पयली ती बंद कर. ती उतर दिलो तें बंद कर.
आम्ही गोंयकार असते सकाळी समज गेले जाल्यार सांजचे घरा कडेन येता पूण हेंचे 24 hours सर्वीस ते ब्रिफकेस घेवन घरा कडेन भायर सरता आनी थोड्या टायम न्हाता धुता थंयच रावता. पूण आमी न्ही गोंयकार आमचे सुसेगाद ते टायमार आमी घरा कडेन पावपा जाय. हे आमगे सिस्टम आनी अशी पद्दत आमची उरतली. हेच आमी आनी दुसरें म्हणपाचें कितें आहा CMन पयलीं आमकां मायकल लोबन पयलीं सांगिल्लें 2 दिसान करून लास्टाक कितें आस्मा लायले ताणें.
तोरी आसतना आमगे हे साश्टीकार भाव दुसरे लोक ते रेडी जायनी तोरी आसतना तेंगे एज पर तेंगे रिक्वेस्ट आसा जेन्ना म्हाका रिक्वेस्ट केला ते तोरी आसतना हांव मांडे CMा कोण हांव विचारतलो वतली हांव डिस्कस कित्याक कोण जाता जाल्यार तेंगे सोल्युशन परत तेंकां आपोवन तेंगे लिडराक आनी तेंकां मेन तेंगे तेंक घेवन परत एक मिटींग घेवपा CMा मागता.
डिमांड कितें सांगलेलो
डिमांड तेंगेलो म्हणजे ते हे गोवा मायल्स नाक म्हणटाय आनी ते न्यू हे तेका इस्पेर करपाचें आनी ते न्यू येवपा ते रेडी नाय जॉयन जावपाक. सो तेंगेलो
आम्ही सगळ्यात कंटिन्युएन्सी प्लॅन तयार दवरलेले आसा. कदंबान आपले ऑलमोस्ट 20 बसी धाडिल्ले आसा. टुरिजमाच्यो जवळ जवळ 10-12 बसी येवपाच्यो आसा. गोवा मायल्साच्यो टॅक्सी सुरळीत चालू आसा. दुसरी ती कार रेंटल एपा तांच्यो थोड्या प्रमाणात गाडयो चालू आसा. सो व्हडलो फरक असो पडूना.
हेजो अर्थ जर हे येल्लो ब्लॅक टॅक्सीकारांनी बंद दवरले फुडले 5-6 दीस
डेफिनेटली नुकसान लोकांक त्रास जातले पूण जितलो शक्य तो आमी सुरळीत करपाचो प्रयत्न करता. त्रासय जातले शेवटी आमचे बंधू आसा त्यांनी तांकां आतां CMन आतांच सांगलां की तांकां तांचे हे तयार करचे आनी ते येवपाक फक्त कितें सुरळीत करपा खातीर चालू आसा आनी तांच्या बद्दल द्वेश कोणाचोच ना.
First of all, the taxi drivers should have given some notice. After all, they are also tourism stakeholders. But they decided to go on strike very late at night, and it has put tourists to a lot of inconvenience. But fortunately, KTC, I must compliment them. They have done a very good job. In the morning, we shifted around 300 passengers. Plenty of buses are around, you can see. We have made arrangement for buses to North Goa, South Goa. Buses are also from Kalangut are bringing people to the airport. So the arrangements are pretty good. Police also have done a good job. And now, finally in the afternoon, the tourism department also has, which were missing in the morning, have now joined. They have arranged some buses, GTDC have arranged some buses. And I think things are under control.
मुझे होटल वालों ने बोल दिया कि आज टैक्सी नहीं है बिल्कुल भी, तो हमें कुछ तो जुगाड़ करके किसी फ्रेंड को रिक्वेस्ट करके यहाँ तक आना पड़ेगा. तो अगर कोई भी ऐसा स्ट्राइक होता है तो पहले एटलीस्ट अलर्ट देना चाहिए. तो हमें तो एज अ ट्रैवलर हमें बिल्कुल भी अलर्ट नहीं था. अगर कुछ अलर्ट रहता पहले तो अच्छा रहता.
एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम जो है बहुत ज़्यादा हुई है क्योंकि कैब वगैरह सर्विस नहीं मिली है और हमारी फ़्लाइट का टाइम हो गया था. ये तो बाय द वे किसी ने लिफ्ट दे दी और लिफ्ट देने के बाद वी हैव कम हेयर फ्रॉम बाई बस. बट बस में भी काफ़ी रश था क्योंकि पब्लिक परेशान थी. यहाँ तक एयर होस्टेस एंड पायलट दे आर कमिंग आल्सो बाई बस फर्स्ट टाइम. So I am very upset in Goa today.
Could not participate in the discussion. The rule book said so. I spoke to the speaker. I spoke to the secretary legislature. So they showed me the rule. So I could not participate in it. Okay. So let us. There has to be a solution finally. Now CM has told them that you do your own app-based service. We will help you. So we are working on it. But today some taxi owners had come to me, who are close to me. They said, sir, work out something like that. So I've told Chief Minister that existing app also, if government takes it over, then it is a win-win situation.
The Gram Sabha of Chandor had turned stormy as agitated villagers changed local MLA Cleofasio Dias for failing to resolve the issues of road. Speaking to media, Dias said that he will hold meeting with Chief Minister Pramod Sawant and resolve the issue.
From Chandor Panchayat member, Pereira, point member, Nexi, the Vincent of Chandor. आमगेले तुमकां खबर आसतलो एक इश्यू जेन्ना MLA जालो एक हॉट इश्यू आसलो तो म्हळ्यार आमगेलो SH 8 चांदोर स्टेट हायवे 8 जेन्ना आमकां कांय खबर ना स्टेट हायवे 8 वो केदों लागलो कित लागलो तें म्हाका जाल्यार कांय खबर ना आनी कोणाक खबर ना जायते मिनिस्टर जावन गेले MLA जावन गेले पूण कोणाक खबर ना जेन्ना सुप्रीम कोर्टान जो कायदो पास केलो जे हायवे आनी स्टेट हायवे जे विदीन 300 or 200 मिटर आसा ती 12 बंद करपा म्हूण.
Kurtori MLA Reginald Lorenzo said that he had been opposing leprosy hospital land which is handed over to the IRB. He said that the person who donated the land was for a good cause, but the government has now handed over to IRB. He said that he will demand to restore the land and use it for a good cause.
आता आम्ही ऑलरेडी असेंब्ली उलय चीफ मिनिस्टरान ऑलरेडी म्हाका एश्युरन्स दिला की आपण येवन इन्स्पेक्ट करता म्हणून. दॅट लँड वॉज डोनेटेड फॉर पर्टिक्युलर कॉज. लेप्रेसी म्हणले एक दुयेंस आसलें, इट वॉज एन एपिडेमिक. इट वॉज डोनेटेड विथ गुड इंटेन्शन्स. फर्स्ट टू आयसोलेट पीपल, सेकंड टू ट्रीट देम. इतले वर्सां ते थिंग रावले आनी इतले वर्सां तेणी देखभाल केलो ते हेजो भटाचो जावं ते स्ट्रक्चराचो. So it's said that government is enforcing IRB on us. So हांव उलयलां हे फाटी मिनिस्टराकय मागिलां आनी हेकाय मागिलां, मिनिस्टराकय मागिलां आनी चीफ मिनिस्टराक मागिलां की तुमी म्हाका थिंगा आनी कितें करया. Let us come to terms with the people, listen to the people and do it. आनी आनीक थिंग Konshak in one corner where nobody told public ना त्या कॉर्नराक एक 1000 square meters for segregation of garbage.
Women activist Oda Viegas has welcomed the government decision for bringing an amendment to the Factories Act which will allow the deployment of women in night shifts in the industries. Oda said that it is the duty of the employers to provide safety and security of the women working during the night time.
त्याचबरोबर आमचे CMचे आणि बाकीचे मिनिस्टर्स आणि इवन लेजिस्लेटर्स सगळे ऑल ऑफ देम कारण तांणी तेंको दिलो बायलांचे हक्क आसा ते हक्कांक एक रायट्स म्हणून मेळचे. आता कोण बायलेन रातची ड्युटी एक्सेप्ट करची काय ना ते तिचेर अवलंबून. त्याचबरोबर जे डिसेंट केला थोडे जाण तांणी सुद्दां म्हणलां की सेफ्टी पयली म्हणून तांकां सेपरेट टॉयलेट्स आसचे, तांकां सेपरेट हें आसचें, हे सगळें मान्य करूनच त्या भायर कोर्ट ऑर्डर्स आसा की बायलो ज्यो रातच्यो काम करतात तांकां प्रोटेक्शन दिवपाची ड्युटी एम्प्लॉयराची.
Due to the strike by the local taxi operators, several tourists had hardships in moving about in Goa. Some were also stranded at the airport while others walked away. Speaking to media, Waste Management Minister Michael Lobo agreed that tourists were affected and that he called on Chief Minister Pramod Sawant to discuss the matter.
Already tourism effect जाल्लो हा. We are monitoring the situation. आज Chief Minister सांगला आनी सांचे मेवया म्हणून. To work out some solution. Let us wait and watch. But definitely tourist taxi owners जे हा तेणी सोजमोन घेवपाची गरज आहा की जे ट्युरिस्ट गोंया येता तेंकां पडोंक ना आमी की हिंगा स्ट्रायक आहा आनी कितें. दे आर कमिंग फॉर शॉर्ट हॉलिडे 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. सो हे जो शॉर्ट हॉलिडेयांक जेन्ना ते येता तेंकां त्रास जावप, तेंकां बॅगां ओडून व्हरोन वचप एक खंयचे तरी योग्य ना अशें म्हाका दिसता. हेचेर सुटावप बेगीन येवचो म्हणून आमी मागतात. तर ते म्हणटा आमकां एप बेस्ड टॅक्सी नाका, वी आर रेडी फॉर डिजिटल मीटर. वील हॅव अ डिस्कशन इन द इवनिंग विथ CM and the other officers of the government to remove a solution. Let us see. Finally solution येवपाक जाय.
बेगीन येवपाक जाय न्ही, नाजाल्यार अशेंच जर बंद उरलें जाल्यार.
See, tourism activity जी ऑफ सिजनाक जाता ही इंडियन ट्युरिस्ट आहे. And Indian tourists are the biggest contributor to the industry in Goa. This tourism industry, Indian जे आमच्या येता पळय ते, पूण तांकां बॅड मेमरीज घेवन तेणी वचोंक पारना पडटा.
The residents of Kurtori fear of tragedy in Kurtori PHC as the roof started leaking due to rains. In spite of maintenance work being done, the roof started to leak due to continuous rains. Speaking to media, Kurtori MLA Reginald Lawrence said that once the rains subside, the repairs will be taken up and that people need not panic.
Last week, all these months we were following up. And there were some repairs to be done. The repairs were done, but हुई तरी ते रिपेर मातशें आलोलो आनी उदो येयलें भितर. उदो येयलें आनी आमी ते सारको करपाक प्रयत्न केलो. I called the PWD, I called the doctors and we put something temporary and we did it. But हुई तरी ते साथ जावना. 2 दीस पास चड पडो काय ना उदो येयलें. आतां उदो बंद जालें. आतां हुई तरी इशू जालो म्हूण प्रेसान तो हांव चड करून हें घेता. बिकॉज आय एम अ पर्सन, आमगे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी केन्ना एब्जिकेट केन्ना. तेंचें काम करपाक, इवन जावं हावसिंग बोर्ड जावं कुर्तोरी जावं राशोल जावं राय जावं कामोली जावं, मुगे काम हांव वचना जाल्यार देखून मुगे पायपलायनी आसता.
And now let's go in for a short break. We'll be back soon.
"75 years of trust. Over 6,000 plus unique designs. Stores in Panjim and now in Margao. TNS Jewelers, ahead of trends."
The news. NSUI unit of Goa students body of the Congress party organized a protest at Azad Maidan on Saturday against injustice done to students who have failed due to few marks. Students demanded to make them pass in order to continue their students.
हांगा आमी आतां बसला थंय खुबशीं चलयां आसा जांकां खूब त्रास जाल्लो आसा हातून. ती एक मार्का लागून फाटल्यान दवरले, एक फूल वर्स ती वगडायतात 1 मार्का लागून. आनी तांचे घरच्यान तांकां इतलो प्रेशर येता की आतां तुमी कॉलेजीक काय वचना, तुमकां 1 वर्स आतां बसपाकच आसा, तुमी त्या परी लग्न जायात. सो लग्न जावपा लायतात. देन सम पीपल आर टोल्ड टू डू जॉब्स बट देर इज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, दॅट इज ऑल्सो अ प्रॉब्लम. सो हांगा खूब टॉर्चर, खूब अशें उलोवन पीपल आर गोईंग इन डिप्रेशन. So should we say that the Goa University is responsible for the increased rate in depression now in students? Because they are not for the students at all. They ille sudha students खातीर कितें करपाक सोदना. If last year these students were promoted, okay, and they with everybody else they answered their 3rd year and they cleared their bags eventually, then why these people are kept behind? Why these students have to suffer? The point is simple. You be just to all your students, be fair to all your students. Let there be no dropout cases. Let there be everybody get the opportunity to educate themselves and not just leave everything halfway and get married because there is a lot of family pressure and family also doesn't know how to answer the relatives who are asking why your child is sitting 1 year in the house just because of 1 mark.
Mainly the affected students are in touch with us. They effect pass jata, they job asता, so they are not in touch with us. The main students that are affected are in touch with us. The others are attending their colleges, their IICs are going on, they have their attendance problem also. So mainly the affected students are with us in this issue.
फाटल्या वर्सासान तुमचे आनी हे युनिवर्सिटीचे खूब कितें प्रॉब्लम जायत आहा म्हणून डिले इन रिजल्ट आनी हे ते कितें पळयता तुमी कितें युनिवर्सिटी इज नॉट केपेबल
एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन सारको ना युनिवर्सिटीचो म्हणजे ते कांयच कामां जायना म्हणजे सिंपल रिवेल रिजल्ट लेट येता रिवेल सोडात मेन सेमिनारचो रिजल्ट आहा तो लेट येता ते म्हणटा टिचर येना करेक्ट करपाक पूण तुमी हायस्ट ऑथॉरिटी तुमी सांगल्यार टिचर येवकूच जाय तर तुमचे टिचर्स आयकना करेक्ट करपाक आनी उरलें कितें.
Member of North Goa Tourist Taxi Owners Association Vasudev Arlekar has questioned the casino lobby for the fluctuating rates at the casino during weekends. Arlekar said that dance bars, disco pubs and casinos increase their rates, but the taxi owners' rates remain the same. He warned not to call the taxi owners as mafia.
वाटतं ऐकला तुम्ही कोणा तरी नाल्यार हांव दाखयता तुमकां फ्रायडे सॅटर्डे संडे हॉटेल आनी कजिनोचे पयशे कशे वाडटा लायसन दिला गव्हर्मेंटान ताका लुटपाक डिस्कोचे वाडटा बरें 13,000 रुपया एक टेबल डिस्कोनी स्टॅग एंट्री ना पण स्टॅग एंट्री चौग जाण जर दादले वयता आनी ते म्हणटा आमी टेबल बूक केला 13,000 रुपया हे कितें हांकां लायसन दिला सरकारान लुटपाक फ्रायडे सॅटर्डे संडे हाव कम दॅट प्रायस गोज अप आमी तसले करता आमचो फ्रायडे सॅटर्डे संडे टॅक्सीचो प्रायस वयर वयता कजिनोचो वयता डिस्कोंचो वयता हॉटेलांचो वयता तांकां भितर लावपाक जाता गोंयच्या सरकाराक काय तांची बॅगां पावता सरकाराक गरिबांक कित्याक काबार करूंक उठला तर तुमी कित्याक भांगाराची घरां बांदल्या रे टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हरांनी फॅमिलीक वयर काडटा तो काय घाम गळटा ते आमकां खबर आहा मरे चोयसून आनी तुमकां कितें दिसता एपा वांगडा रावन 24 वरां टॅक्सीकार काम करतले मॉर्निंग टू नायट.
One may ignore the open wires on the roadside on a normal day. However, when it rains, all the attention focuses on the electric wires which are left open. Look at this. The main wires have been lying open for a long time and it's risky for pedestrians and motorists.
The danger during the monsoon doubles due to waterlogging. This live wire is seen just opposite Kala Academy on the pavement and the motorists have to dodge it to prevent from touching it. Uncovered wires are lying on the road which can be spotted at Kala Academy. Even the wire joints are lying uncovered and can cause an untoward incident during on a rainy day. In fact, this is an open invitation to fatal incidents. But when will the authorities look into this and cover it up?
The Indian Meteorological Department on Saturday predicted heavy rainfall at isolated places over the North Goa and South Goa district of the state for the next 2 days. Moreover, the Weather Forecasting Agency issues an orange alert from August 4 to 6, predicting very heavy rainfall in the region. IMD also advised fishermen not to venture out in the sea during this period.
As the feeble offshore trough is prevailing from Karnataka coast to Kerala coast and the winds are blowing 45 to 55 km per hour, gusting to 65 km per hour. This is the reason we have warned fishermen not to enter into the sea up to 75 kilometers. This time we have kept the hostile the signal LC3. I repeat LC3, which has been kept hostile the signal for the fishermen. They are advised not to go into the sea for further 5 days. As yesterday we have received the highest rainfall at Ila, Old Goa, which is 57 mm rainfall, and the lowest is at Cancun, which is 10.4 mm of rainfall. In Panji city it is 22.8 mm rainfall. As in the month of June, the rainfall was deficient by 14% because of the late arrival of the monsoon at Goa state. But in the month of July, this deficit has been fulfilled and plus 6% more rain has been received by Goa state. It means that in the month of July, the rainfall is above normal by 20%.
Department of Konkani College Kepe and Directorate of Higher Education Porvorim organized two-day national seminar on Damodar Mauzo's literary contribution on the topic Akshar Damodar at Ravindra Bhavan in Margao.
Their neighbors, much less talk of these cosmic neighbors. And that creates a place for literature. This is the spirituality of literature. It makes you think. When you are looking at a table, you think you are looking at the table. Literature makes you feel such. The table is also looking at you. So there is a life given by literature. Literature gives name to all kinds of anonymous things which exist in the world around. And while giving them name, you give them a certain life. Job of literature is to save life, to feel life, and to give life.
कालच्यान श्रावण सुरू जाला. गोंयांत श्रावण पुजपाची एक परंपरा आसा. आमी श्रावणात निसर्ग पुजतात, पण आज हांगा आमी अक्षरां पुजतात. अक्षर दामोदराक पुजतात आणि त्या निमतान ही 2 दिसांची साहित्य संराधना वाडटात. ही तुम्ही गोड मानून घेवची अशें ह्या वेळार म्हाका आज आमकां मुखेल सोयरे म्हण डॉक्टर अशोक वाजपेयीजी लाभले. गोंय सरकारच्या उच्च शिक्षण संचालनाची ही नवी येवजण आसा जी वेगवेगळ्या विशयाचेर ती मागीर साहित्य आसूं किंवा सोशल सायन्स आसूं, हिस्ट्री आसूं, इकॉनॉमिक्स आसूं, फिलॉसॉफी आसूं, खंयच्याय विशयाचेर परिसंवाद आयोजित करपाक, चर्चासत्रां आयोजित करपाक, कॉन्फरन्स आयोजित करपाक ही येवजण आमी सुरू केला. ह्या येवजणी वरवीं विशेषतः साहित्य क्षेत्रांत गोमंतकीय साहित्यिकाचेर चर्चा जावची, परिसंवाद जावचे, राष्ट्रीय पांवड्यावयले परिसंवाद जावचे असो आमचो मानस आसा. आनी त्या खातीर आज कोंकणीतल्या साहित्यीक न्ही तर मराठीतले साहित्यीक, इंग्रजीतले साहित्यीक, हिंदीतले गोमंतकीय साहित्यीक हांच्या साहित्याचेर अशी चर्चा सतत जावची, तांच्या वाङ्मयीन जीवनाची समीक्षा जावची ह्या खातीर ह्या परिसंवादाचें आमी आयोजन करतात. ताचो पयलो परिसंवाद हांगा भाई मावजाच्या ह्या साहित्याचेर चर्चासत्र घडोवन हाडून आमी हांगा सुरवात करतात. आयच्या दिसाक 2 परिमाण आसात. एक म्हणटा ते ह्या निमतान आमी भाई मावजाच्या साहित्याचेर चर्चासत्र दवरतातच, पूण त्या वेळार आमी भाई मावजाक 75 वर्सां पूर्ण जातात हो एक योग हांगा साधला.
Before we come to an end of this news bulletin, let's take a look at the headlines once again.
People of Panjim protested once again against the CZMP presentation held in Panjim, while Mapsa 2 people protested against the plan and demanded to scrap it. Several tourists were affected due to strike by the Goa taxi owners. Their demand is to scrap the Goa Miles app. Many tourists stranded at airport while others walked away. Waste Management Minister Michael Lobo says that due to strike, tourists were affected in Goa. Says will meet Chief Minister Pramod Sawant and come out with some solution for the local taxi operators.
And that's all that we have for now. For more news and entertainment, keep watching HCN. Till then, take care and goodbye.